All right, I got the GoPro mounted up. We're gonna take our 1988 BMW M3 for a quick drive. So this is our 1988 BMW M3 Diamond Schwartz over Nature leather. 133,800 miles. It's been refreshed by a previous owner. They did the paint, the dashboard, and recovered the seats. And then we've kind of done the final housekeeping items on it over the last year or so, really to unleash its full potential. I tried to mount the camera in a way so that you can see third gear, and once we get up to speed, I'll show you that so you can see it's just got a little bit of G265 third gear hop. It's not terrible. It's certainly not the worst M3 we've ever had, but definitely worth noting. Oil's just coming up to temperature, so I'm short shifting here at about 4,500 RPMs. So you can see it right there, and at about 50 miles an hour, 4,000 RPMs. And it's just, it's very typical, right around between 40 and 50 as you roll on the throttle. There it is. It's almost like a game. Still short shifting. I'm just barely getting up to oil temperature, so don't like to take it beyond that until oil's fully up to temp. Right now it's about 150 degrees. But we'll use this opportunity going down the road. This is a wonderfully nice driving E30 M3. Suspension's nice and compliant. It's not rattly. It's not noisy. It's got a fantastic balance of intake and exhaust noise. It has an aftermarket exhaust. I don't know what it is. Having had this car, having put hundreds of miles on it over the past, almost a year, it's definitely one of the stronger pulling S14s we've had, especially for a 2.3 liter. And it just purrs like a kitten. Definitely, mechanically speaking, cosmetically speaking, this has been one of the best M3s we've had at Glen Shelley. It's not so low mileage, you can't use and enjoy it, and you're gonna be riddled with anxiety every time you drive it. It's right in that sweet spot we like to live in of really, really clean drivers. Cars that you can use and enjoy. And that's what keeps them alive, right? If they sit in a garage, they sit in a warehouse, they sit in a collection, they end up leaking. BMWs are meant to be driven. So we'll do a couple red line pulls here. Oil's up to temperature. That sounds so good. Oh. God, that sounds good. And I'm only going 55. That's the wonderful thing about an E30 M3. Accessible limits. I get to a corner, it's got a kink with decreasing radius. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to lift. I don't need to brake. Just turn in. Look at that. It just does exactly what I ask of it. It takes no talent to push this car close to its limits. And that's what makes it so good to drive. It's easy. And that's really the joy, the essence of driving an E30 M3. No, it's not the fastest car. It wasn't the fastest car when it came out. But what it did do was it did exactly what you asked of it every time without complaint. And there's very few cars that do that and do it with no drama. It's like a happy yellow lab. It just wants to please. And that's what caused it to be so successful in motorsport. You look back at those DTM videos of mustached men wearing aviator glasses and perforated leather gloves just flying off apexes in those epic battles where the M3 took on the Mercedes 190 Cosworth. That allowed the driver to push it, to be raw, to find every tenth. And that you feel that when you drive this car right here. Just egregiously turn in, mash the gas, let the ass end step out and save it because it's got accessible limits. I didn't even piss off any cyclists doing that. Maybe that guy.